It's time for the Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John Livestream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John Livestream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen. Shot for the Trucker John Livestream, on a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John Livestream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time. The Trucker John Livestream is gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John Livestream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen.
It's time for the Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John Livestream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time. Trucker John Livestream. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hash your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John Livestream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's time for the Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John Livestream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time. Trucker John Livestream. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little slack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John Livestream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch him out, he's heading south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's a good time, good time, good time. Trucker John Livestream. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna even sure what that means. But if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen. Oh, it's time for the Trucker John stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah.
Hold up. Let me get this right. You forgive him. You forgive Donald Trump. You hold space and grace in your heart for the things he says and the things he does and the person he is. You forgive him. There isn't a soundbite or a testimony that can come out that would make you change the permission you've already given this man to be himself. You forgive him. It could be rape. It has been rape, and you forgive him. It could be racist. It has been racist, and you forgive him. It could be some of the most negative and unnecessarily insulting and vile and irresponsible and irrational and unlawful behavior, and you forgive it because you forgive him. And I think you forgive him because I think he excuses you. I think he gives you permission to love the parts of yourself that should and need to change. I think he gives you permission to love the parts of yourself that are hateful and bigoted and oppressive and close-minded. I think he gives you permission to love these things because he is these things. And he is these things loudly and proudly in front of everyone. And if he can do that there, you can do that at your table or in your community, at your kids' soccer games or in your Walmarts or in your churches. You can too be hateful and bigoted and oppressive and small-minded. He represents you. He represents those things within you, so you forgive him. He hates the same people you hate, not because they're dangerous or bad, but because they look, love, and live different than you. And the fact that he gets to hate them out loud makes you feel so comfortable hating them inside, so you forgive him. And that makes it really hard to forgive you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John. All right. The intro worked this time. See there, aren't you glad I played the intro? Probably not. Anyhow, guys, thanks for being here. It is 3:09 p.m. in the Pacific time zone here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. We are at a temperature of, looks like 68 degrees. That's probably, I think it says the high is going to be 69. Either we've already gotten it and we're cooling down already, or we haven't got there yet, or it's just wrong. Anyhow, thanks everybody for being here. As we hang out, we're just going to hang out for about an hour, and then when Hal Sparks comes on, we will do a Trucker John raid, Trucker John convoy over to the Hal Sparks show, and it won't. Maybe Aaron or Jolie will drop a link to Hal Sparks when we get closer to the end here, and we can all jump on over there. But I just want to say thanks. Looks like Jen became a member, so thank you so much, Jen. Jen's a good buddy. Welcome aboard, Jen. But first in the driver's lounge today was Brooklyn, New York, Brooklyn, NY. I'm assuming it means New York. 471. Hello. Brooklyn says hello. Hello back at you. So there's Aaron. We got Aaron, one half of the mod squad in here today. Carrie C is here. Hey, Carrie, good to see you. Mad Max, Slava Ukraini, my friend. Slava Ukraini, back at you. Brooklyn there, got the emojis going. Nick Rich is here, like number 10. Hey, folks. Yeah, we got 32 watching. Now, my thumbs up thing doesn't really update. It says that we got 12 thumbs ups. And I don't know if that's accurate, but If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do. Get us out there in the algorithm, in the algorithm, or something like that. I'm scrolling down. I see the membership there by Jen. Thank you so much. Brooklyn's here. Let's see. Teresa TAK. Hey, Teresa, good to see you. Thanks for joining us today in the old driver's lounge. That's what I'm calling this domain or whatever. The driver's lounge. As you might have seen, I think I have a photo in there somewhere of a driver's lounge. Let's see who else we got. Mad Mac, Carrie C. I'm just scrolling down. Seha's here. Hey, Seha, good to see you. In the old driver's lounge. Nick Rich says, my daily family phone call is always at the same time. I miss a lot of great stuff online, but family first. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Mike H is here. Good to see Mike H. Thanks for coming back in. We saw you earlier this morning, and here we are, back at it. Seha says Nick Rich was just funny to, I guess, bump into you. Here we're catching up, and me and Mad Mac walking the line. Let's see. Teresa says, so true what this guy is saying. I agree. Spot on, man. Oh, and that in the video. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I put it in there, because I agree too, you know. Jen says, what's the R and L for? Just kidding. Laughing out loud. And by the way, I got this world's tiniest microphone. I have it hidden behind my array of stickers here. There's a little microphone here. And sometimes people say they only hear it coming out of one channel or one side. And there's nothing I can do about it. So if it's, you know, I'm sorry that if it's only coming out of one side, but really I don't think there's anything I can do about that. It might just be the fact that, you know, it's an inexpensive microphone or something. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me okay. And if the sound is good. And I'll be looking for a thumbs up. Hopefully it's not a thumbs down. But I guess you guys can hear me. Usually if I'm bantering on and the audio goes dead or something, there'll be a lot of weird emojis or whatever. But it looks like Mike H is giving me a thumbs up. Thank you, Mark. I mean, Mark, whatever, you know. And Floyd, hey, Floyd, someone named Floyd in there, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you again as soon as I scroll down here a little bit. Nick Rich says only one channel working on my earbuds, but yeah, no big deal. Yeah, I guess that just, I guess it's my microphone. I have no way of controlling that. So I don't know why it does that, but, you know, maybe I did just look at I was online looking at some new microphones and stuff. So maybe I can get an upgrade going here pretty soon. Jen says hanging with John. Yeah, we're just hanging out with John. That would be me, I guess. And we are just hanging out until we go over to House Sparks, if you are so inclined. Big Dog NC is here. Hello, Big Dog. Good to see the big dog in the house, in the driver's lounge. Let's see. Floyd Price. Yeah, there's Floyd. Hello, Floyd. Good to see you. Hello. That's the waving emoji. I'm seeing that. Christina Cardinal. Hey, good to see Christina. I don't know if I've seen Christina before in here, so welcome to the driver's lounge, and thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you hit that like, subscribe, and share button and all that good stuff. We do have a bit of a schedule here. See if I got the right hand, because everything kind of is backwards. Yeah, I guess, yeah, there we go. And there's also a big delay on my screen here. There's our schedule. And since I am kind of, music says loud and clear. Thank you. Thanks, music. There's the thumbs ups. Kim Chi's here. Hey, Kim Chi with the thumbs up. William Lay. Hey, thank you, William, for the thumbs up. CR, good to see you in here. And everyone's giving me the thumbs up so you can hear me. Big Dog says can hear you fine, but only in one ear. Yeah, see, that's the thing. So just so you know, that's probably not anything on your end, because it does seem to be a common issue. But on my end, I have no way of controlling that, as far as I know. I don't know why it only comes through in one ear. But anyhow, Robert says, sounds groovy to me. Teresa says, sounds good. Okay. Yeah, if you're listening through like earbuds or headphones or something, you're probably only getting it on one side or the other. Jin's got a thumbs up there. If you're listening to it through just maybe a TV or through your speakers on your device, you don't even notice it, probably. Hey, there's John Doe. John Doe's back. I saw John Doe in the early show this morning. Thanks for coming back on in. Music says I can only hear from one ear, so stereo sound is wasted on me. Yeah, no stereo. Unfortunately, we're not coming through in stereo. Maybe someday. Maybe someday we will. Big Dog NC says, with hearing aids, it's hard to tell the difference in real people and the omnipresent voices in my head. Oh boy, that must be fun. Robert Perez says, hello. Says, howdy, trucklers, out and about. There's W. W's giving hugs to Teresa. Whom do I hug more? I don't know. All right, but thanks for WW for being here. Bella 150, loud and clear. All right. I'm glad you can hear me loud and clear. Nick Rich, my left channel works great. The right is blank. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I like again. I don't know why. Mad Mac, I can only see you with one eye. Nick Rich, my left channel works great. The right is blank. Oh, I just read that. What? I just read that. Surrender Monkey? Where have you been, Surrender Monkey? I have not seen you for ages. Chap? And I know you love it when I do my British accent. You absolutely adore it. I'm pretty sure you say that you can't even tell that I'm a Yank. Surrender Monkey says, buy a Sony PS5 Pulse 3D headset. They are cheap but fantastic quality. They are only £105. That's British pounds, by the way, or £165 pounds for the earbuds. Old chap, I have no idea what a pound is. I deal in dollars. Dollars, baby. Mad Max says, oh, I opened the other eye, so now I can see you with both eyes. There you go. Bella 150, 10-4. 10-4, good buddy. WW, I am sorry for your partial deafness. Going deaf is something. The Soulcraft is here. Hey, Soulcraft, good to see you. Says Zup, TJ, and good peeps. Not much. We're just hanging. We're getting loose. We're getting loosened up here. Trying to work some tension out of the shoulders, and we're going to get all nice and warmed up and ready to go into the House Sparks show. Just guns a-blazing. And speaking of guns, I haven't heard if they caught the guy. We were talking about the guy who shot and killed the CEO, United Healthcare CEO. The updates I saw though, they've got pictures of him at the fucking Starbucks with his mask off and he's smiling. So definitely, this guy is not a professional hitman. He's not the Jackal. I mean, I don't know if you go around with your mask off and get a Starbucks and then you put the mask on and you go and shoot somebody. It's weird. The whole thing's weird. It's almost like he wanted to get caught in a way. Like he did everything to not get caught, but then he didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Then he goes into Starbucks with his whole face showing. So weird. Weird. Nick Rich, my earbuds cost about $40. I have the Apple AirPods. I think those are like $200. And I've already had to replace them once when it was still under warranty. And now I think the warranty is long gone because I've had them for a few years now. But they do a weird thing. Like I put it in this ear and it kind of vibrates or makes a weird vibrating noise. It's, they're not that great as I thought they would be. I mean, the sound is good as long as you don't get these weird other things going on, you know. Um, Mad Mac, £1 sterling is worth $1.28 right now. Oh, there you go. Sort Monkey says, "Hi, Kimchi. I started playing a prepper game, and kimchi is a good you can make. I learned stuff inside instead of gaming." Ah, there you go. Kimchi says, "Loving out Floyd. Mine too. Dad jokes for days." Oh, did I miss a joke from Floyd? Oh, here's Floyd Price. My pops used to say, "I can't hear you without my glasses on." Yeah. Um, I used to, if me and my kids were walking out, like outside to the car to go someplace, I would let out a big fart, and then I would say, "Watch out for those barking spiders." It was, I got them every time. I got, every time. Um, the Soulcraft that he wrote on this bullet is dark. Yeah, it was delay, deny, depose. Apparently, uh, that was from I don't know if it was notes from a meeting or someone will explain this better than me in the chat. But that apparently he was putting the words that he got from, I think it might have been United Healthcare or from some big insurance company, probably UHC. That was their kind of motto of how to handle claims. Because like I said, Wendell Potter came out and he was the whistleblower on this, like what, 10 years ago or longer now, about, because he worked in the business and he was in charge of with Cigna of doing everything they could to get out of paying claims for people who needed cancer treatments and operations and surgeries and chemo or whatever, and they were doing everything they could to deny claims or shave things off. And then Wendell Potter had enough of it, and he became this big whistleblower. And so that thing that deny, depose, whatever the other D was, that was from one of these insurance companies. That was their kind of motto for their claims department. So this dude was definitely on a mission to make a point about that. And I can't disagree with him, but I can't agree with murder either. I'm not. Like I said, I was really finding it hard to find sympathy for the victim because of how evil these companies are being, these health insurance companies, as far as denying claims, and how many people have died because of denying people the health care that they need, the surgeries and the procedures that they need. So, but I can't justify murder. You just can't go that way. Otherwise, you know then it becomes like the old Wild West, and it's just whoever has the beat on you. Whoever has the fastest draw, I guess, is the winner. But then that's not really civilization. you know so uh, this is like an act of terrorism where you are trying to get people to come to your side or way of thinking, but by using terrorism, you know by scaring people. This is really terrorism, even though I really have no love lost for these big health insurance companies and the way they deny claims. But I can't advocate for murder, and I think most of you would agree with me on that. I hope. WW, if this is professional, he's good. Look kind of like a pretty girl. I don't know what that was about. Uh, yeah, he wrote on the bullets. Jin may be the only way to hear his story. Yeah, but you know you can't do that. That might be his rationale, but at the end of the day, you can't murder people. You kind of you kind of lose sympathy with me if you're going to murder people. You just can't do it. There's got to be another way to get the story out. Jen, I thought it was a girl too. I didn't think that was a girl. That picture of him at Starbucks did not look like a girl to me, but I don't know. What do I know? The Soulcraft says, I'm a drummer and have in-ear monitors I'll use at home. They were pricey. I bet. Big Dog says, same words he wrote on the bullet casing was the title of a book about insurance companies. There you go. That's what it is, Big Dog. And because that's their policy, of denying claims. The Soulcraft says the insurance memo they gave their employees. Right. Kim Shee says, want to hear a dirty joke? White horse fell in the mud. Ba-dum. The Soulcraft says there was that John Grisham movie, The Rainmaker, that got into that. I don't think I ever saw that one. Jen says the algorithm that denies 90% of claims. There's is it Dali Da Vinci? Hi, don't get the joke, derp. Who, my joke about the barking spiders? Mad Mac, I just got to get some more Krylon, and I'll have a bunch of bars for you at Seha. Laughing out loud. Laughing out loud. James Jaramillo, hope it was worth it. Hey, James, good to see you, by the way. Yeah, if we're talking about the murder, I don't think it was. I mean, like I said, I'm no big fan of the big health insurance companies. I think what they're doing and what they've been doing for decades is criminal. But I don't think you can just take the law into your own hands and murder someone, So Monkey says, I've been watching but not in chats much, I'll be honest. I fucked up massively helping someone catfish themselves, pretending they were investigators. It was badly planned and poorly executed. And there you go. There you go. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Mike H says it's 6:24 Eastern Standard Time, so I'm about, 5 minutes behind now in the chat. Hey, Riley's here. Good to see Riley. It says, does that sign say you can't spell felon without Elon? It doesn't say that, but that would probably be a truism. The capital FE had me wondering. Well, actually, it's all caps. The L is a cap, the O is a cap, and the N is a cap. It's all caps, but I guess that O looks a little smaller than the other. It kind of goes down. I guess it's freehand. I freehanded it. Hey, Diane Capiano's here. Good to see you, Diane. Thanks for joining us here in the old driver's lounge as we just shoot the shit, get warmed up here. Big Dog says, pass. Shh, don't tell Trucker John. Yeah, don't be passing that shit around. Seha says the Republicans are passing on the poor, calling for civil war. They are creating what they are asking for. They're pissing. Did I say passing? They're pissing on the poor. Yeah, they have been for a long time. It's like, wow, it sure is raining a lot. Teresa says, yes, I agree with you, TJ, about murder. I'm glad someone agrees with me that murder is wrong. Now, there are people that would say that what United Healthcare does and what a lot of these big companies do is murder by denying claims that people pay in. They pay their insurance premiums for years and years and years. And then when it comes time when they need to use it, they get denied. And because of that, they don't get the care they need and they die. You could make the argument that that's murder. But that doesn't really give you the right to take up a gun and just go and shoot someone in cold blood. I mean, you have to, if we're going to be a civilized society, you got to take them to court or something. And I know the odds are stacked up against you. And it's so, Yeah, I'm not saying it's easy, but still, I can't advocate for just murdering someone. Sort of Monkey says they probably felt justified doing it. You can say you can't, but they do. Yeah, I know. He probably does. He probably does feel that way. And you know, Jen says I'm not saying it's okay. Yeah, I didn't. I don't think I said you thought it was okay. Mad Mac, the Orange Church murdered over 1 million Americans during COVID. Yeah, and then you can make those kind of arguments. And I do believe that certainly the Orange Church Schrumpf, as I believe I'm calling him now, for some odd reason. I think you could definitely say that he has a lot of blood on his hands, and he is responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people who probably died, unnecessarily. That if he had handled COVID responsibly and competently, as he should have, as being president of the United States, instead of being this blundering fool. And if you listen to the Bob Woodward tape interview, he even admitted that he was not handling it correctly. He intentionally sabotaged the response. So I think you would be justified in saying that that's murder, but I don't know. Definitely he's responsible, and definitely he should be held accountable for it. Mike H, it was an assassination, plain and simple. Oh yeah, but it was wrong. It was wrong to do. But like I said earlier, and I still say it, I find it very hard for me to feel sympathetic towards the victim, just because of who he is and what he represented, and that whole thing we were just talking about the health insurance, but still didn't make it right. Dali Da Vinci, I tried suing for malpractice. The defense was your wife was terminal. Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of really horror stories of trying to deal with insurance companies, health insurance. David Windler says, so are the cops going to shoot him without consequence? I suppose that's a reference maybe to because he's white, and if he were black, it might be a whole different story type of deal. Kimchi says, hi, David Windler. If no one is watching, yes. Diane says, insurance companies let people die by denying claims. Right. Absolutely. That's what, we've been saying that. Teresa TAK says, GOP is not grand old party, more like gross old party. But since the Reagan years, I would even go further back. At least since Nixon. And probably even further back than that. Dark Matter's here. Dark Matter says that will probably be a pattern with the Trump presidency. The Soulcraft, Matt Damon is the attorney, and Danny DeVito his assistant for the Rainmaker. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that, or if I did, it's been so long I don't remember it, exactly. But I remember, that it was a popular movie, and I think I saw the trailers on it and stuff. WW, a class action lawsuit was filed in May accusing Thompson and 3 other United Health Group executives of insider trading. So there's that. Dolly Da Vinci says, why is South Korea off the radar? I don't know. Is it? WW, the filing with the U.S. Department of Justice alleged that Thompson and others dumped millions of dollars worth of stock while the company was involved in an antitrust investigation. And I believe the meeting that he was on his way to today was about a merger. That's what was being reported. Anyhow. Michael Reich is here. Michael says, you can trap barking spiders, but it takes some skill. Tim Farrell's here. Hey, Tim, good to see you. in the driver's lounge. Always good to see old Tim in there. I'm going to skip down here in the chat a little bit. Oliver Brownlow, don't worry. Trump's health care plan will be released in 2 weeks. He's got concepts. He's got concepts of a health plan. Mad Max says Elon Musk wants to defend the ACLU. He wants to defund the. Did I say defend? Defund the ACLU. The ACLU receives no federal funding whatsoever. Moron. Yeah, it's a total, like, private organization, privately funded thing. Yeah. You know what, Elon Musk? You're a fucking South African racist. Go back to South Africa, you motherfucking racist. That's what I got to say to Elon Musk. James Jaramillo says, Trigger John, I agree, murder isn't the answer, but this is what happens when people get pushed to the brink. Leave someone with nothing left to lose. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what happens. Jen says, I don't condone murder, but insurance companies kill thousands of people a year. That is murder too, but we don't get 24/7 coverage on the news. Yeah, it gets glossed over, that's for sure. And if there is any good to come out of this, maybe that argument and that those actions will get brought out into the light. But we've seen the movies. We've seen Michael Moore did his movie about what was Sicko or something, and then there was Wendell Potter. He kind of made a big splash for a while, but they make this big splash and then it all goes away, and it seems like nothing ever changes. But we get little incremental changes here and there, but then we don't show up to vote, and then we let assholes like Trump in office, and then it all gets washed away again. That's the frustrating part, Nick Rich is alive because of universal health care. Yeah, and I'm a proponent of universal single-payer universal health care. A shorthand version of that, Medicare for all. WW says, I piss in the pot, but it splashes on the... Okay, I'm not going to read that. I don't know. I just didn't feel like reading it. Michael Reich, there's more than one version of FAFO. And I understand that. I mean, we could say that, yeah, this dude got shot, fuck around and find out, but still. I can't condone it. Diane Capabianco, I call him a-hole. I'll never call him president. Never did before. Yeah. I call him Schrumpf. And amongst some other things too. Dark Matter, my uncle died of COVID. Sorry to hear that, Dark Matter. It's my condolences, and so many people died. I don't know the exact situation of your uncle, but so many people died needlessly because of Donald Trump's incompetence or intentional mishandling. He admitted that he was mishandling it on purpose. Swindler Monkey, not all murder is wrong. It's not fun, but I enjoy burgers without the slaughter and butchering, and then forgetting the buns. Not all murder is wrong. Well, there's killing and then there's murder. I don't know. Dali Da Vinci says, hospital took my fiance's home, $500K over 5 months. Wow. See, that's not right, man. It's not right. Dark Matter, my uncle was a MAGA and beloved Trump saying it was a hoax. Yeah, that's a sad thing. Your uncle believed it, that shit, That's sad. A lot of maggots did that. I remember, I shouldn't say that about your uncle, but I remember, do you guys remember in like 2019 and when people started getting COVID and we didn't have a vaccine and people were in hospitals and they were dying, And so they didn't really come to the realization that Trump was full of shit and that this was real, COVID was real, and it was deadly until they were on their deathbeds. How many YouTube videos or TikTok videos or wherever you watch your videos, I know I saw lots of them of people that were on their deathbeds and they went on and to die shortly thereafter. They made these videos. They're dying. They're gasping for air. They couldn't breathe, but they one of the last things they did is they got in front of a camera and they said, "This thing is real. COVID is real. I'm dying from it." Do you guys remember those? It's almost like, and I'm not really talking about you guys in the chat, but because I think you guys are more aware than mostly regular people, but it seems like the general public has already forgotten about COVID, like it didn't even exist. And they don't remember the people that died, and they were MAGA. They were the people that believed the Joe Rogans. They believed Donald Trump. They believed all the bullshit that COVID was just a hoax, and they were just, it was the deep state and CDC and Anthony Fauci and all this shit. Was just they want to control. It was all like a control thing. I guess it was about control or something. Because I'm trying to figure out why would you have a hoax about a pandemic? And so their argument, because I got into these arguments with some of my like Facebook friends, and it was because I guess the government, but in this case it would be the liberals, the Democrats, they want to control you with this pandemic, and they want to take away your freedoms, and they want to make you wear a mask or whatever. People were making videos on their deathbeds, literally on their deathbeds, saying, "This is real. I didn't do it. I didn't wear a mask. I didn't socially distance. I didn't." And this was before a vaccine, but the ones I'm thinking of. But they're like, "I wish I would have listened. I wish I would have listened." And then they died. Not on the camera necessarily. I didn't see anyone die as they were making the video, but those people were on their deathbeds making those videos. And people today will sit here and act like they don't even remember COVID, like COVID never even existed. That is amazing to me. That is amazing how we went through this pandemic, and over, I guess, 1 million people died just in America. That's not even the rest of the world. I don't even know how many people died all across the world. Millions and millions of people died because of this pandemic. And people act like it never fucking happened. How does that happen? How do people get... I mean, I can understand you forget little things here, little things there. How do you fucking forget a pandemic? How do you forget that there were food lines? Because everything was shut down. People couldn't work because of this pandemic that Trump bungled intentionally. How do you forget that? Hey, little pause is here. Good to see you. Knock, knock. Our house is rocking. Don't come a knocking. Good to see you. I just kind of scrolled on down through the chat here. Keith Polite's here. Think the health system is problematic now? Just wait. Yeah. Right. It's not going to get any better under a Trump administration. That's what I was talking about this morning, man. We make gains. We get Joe Biden in here. He cleans up the fucking Trump economy. He turns the fastest recovery we've ever had. We're the envy of the world economically. Under his administration, Joe Biden, more jobs created than any other president ever combined in the history of the United States. And we're getting big infrastructure coming through. We're getting big chip manufacturing, computer chips. I mean, all this stuff, on and on. Bringing back some manufacturing here in the United States that we thought would never come back. All this stuff under Joe Biden. And then, unfortunately, Joe had to step down, and we'll get. I'm not really going to get into. We've talked about that before. Kamala Harris steps in. she would have done everything and then some of what Joe Biden would have done in his second term. But the people, and again, I know we talk about purging, voter rolls being purged. We talk about, the suppression tricks played by some of the Republican areas, but still, Kamala Harris should have won, and now she didn't. So now we're stuck with Trump. Now we're going to go backwards again, and a lot of the stuff that Biden got through is going to get taken away. Not all of it. I think a lot of it's going to be kind of baked in. There's only going to be so much that Trump can do. But instead of us continuing to make good forward progress, now we're taking a step back or 2 steps back. And that's the frustrating part. And that's the part where, it's going to come down to people dying. People are going to die because of Donald Trump, unnecessarily, because of his ineptitude, because of his intentionally bungling things and unintentionally bungling things, because of his not giving a shit, because of his lining and installing everyone in his cabinet and in his inner circle. They're all fucking billionaires, and they don't give a shit about you and me. They don't give a shit about the working class. They certainly don't give a shit about the poor and low income. They do not give a shit. They want to do away with Medicare. They want to do with Social Security. Because they don't need that shit. They're fucking billionaires. They don't need any of that shit. And I saw some guy, I forget who it was, on Randy Rhodes or something. She was playing a tape, and the guy saying, "We're going to have to make some hard decisions when it comes to Medicare and Social Security." And I'm like, "Fuck you, motherfucker. How about we make some hard decisions that we raise your fucking taxes, you son of a bitch? How about we make that hard decision, which to me is not even hard. You rich motherfuckers, you can afford to pay some extra taxes. Us down here at the bottom, we can't afford it. We can barely pay what we do pay. So fuck you and your hard decisions, you Republican scumbags. You billionaire bitches. Fuck you." That's what I say about that. That's all I got to say about that. Anyhow, we're coming up on about 11 minutes before the hour. I do believe that Hal Sparks will be coming on at top of the hour. And we'll hopefully do a big old Trucker John raid over there. To go over there. Just thinking about Hal's schedule, I think he was going to catch a red eye tonight and fly back to Florida. I'm still planning on doing a Saturday post show, Hal Sparks post show hangout. He might be live or he might be playing a best of on Saturday. But in either case, I still plan on doing that 11 o'clock show. But tomorrow, if he's not doing a show, I might pop in. So just be on the lookout for old Trucker John, because I'm at home right now. I'm not going anywhere, not doing anything. I got a lot of time on my hands, so I might be doing some shows. So hit that little bell or whatever, and be on the lookout for old Trucker John. Chris Doug says, rape is a crime punishable by death in many countries. Why does it not apply to Trump and Hesketh as well as the other predatory sex offenders? Well, probably because we're not in another country. But rape is a crime. Rape is a felony. And it does usually, land a person in a lot of years in prison. Is where those guys should be. That's where Trump should be in prison. He should be rotting in prison right now. No doubt. Riley says 17,000 plus died from using hydroxychloroquine. RFK Jr. is still pushing it. Yeah, see, and RFK Jr., I was reading, where he was responsible for starting a little outbreak of, was it polio or something? Because he was like, he's so anti-vax. And he was someplace, I don't know if it was in Africa or where he was, but these people are shit. They're just shitty people. So we're going to have to just really hunker down these next 4 years. Just do whatever we can to get through it. Stay safe as best we can. Have support systems. Like all of us here in the chat room, in House Sparks chat. We go to Boston Brian chat, Major Ojeda chat, wherever we're at, Randy Rhodes, whomever, where we're at. We kind of do things virtually, it seems like. But if you have in real life groups of like-minded people, hang with them. When you're online, you hang with us, and we just get through this together. We're going to get through it, man. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, no doubt. But we got to get through this, and we got to somehow get the message out for people to get out there and vote. Do whatever we can to overwhelm the suppression tactics of the right wing. Maybe it's impossible. Maybe I'm a dreamer. Maybe I'm just a dreamer. I don't know. But we got, maybe I'm naive, whatever it is. But I got to believe that, we did it in 2020. Of course, that was during the pandemic when everybody was home and everyone was able to vote from home. That might have been a big difference too, Big Dog says, I don't watch Fox News often, but when I do, it's on House Sparks. Okay. Kimchi says, John, next year I am coming to live with you in Vegas. All righty. I guess I got room in the closet here or whatever. It's pretty not very roomy, I guess I'm trying to say. I'm just skipping on down here. Azolda Zin's here. Hey, Azolda, good to see you. Hey, y'all. Well, hey, back at you. Kimchi says, you knew he was a snake when you took him in. Sweater Monkey says, have the government set up rock-steady stopgaps so Trump cannot continue abusing his position in office to siphon money directly into his pockets via the Secret Service protection racket. Well, they could, I'm sure, whatever the Biden administration can do now to try to, put in stopgaps or, bake things in, I'm sure they're going to try, but when Trump has SCOTUS, Trump has the majorities in Congress, even though they're thin ones. And there's going to be enough, hopefully, I think enough Democrats that can try to slow things down. That's the key, I guess, is slowing things down. Soulcraft, we need a Sparks and Friends starter pack on Blue Sky. I am on Blue Sky. I have 966 followers the last time I checked. Fancy, I don't know, was Fancy still here? Fancy has like 5 gabillion of them, 5 billion or something. 7 Dogs is here. I wrote over 400 postcards, 200 letters, and 400 texts for Kamala. Yeah, so many people were canvassing and phone banking, sending out cards. That campaign, I never saw a campaign. I know now in retrospect, we kind of look back and we say, well, she should have done this and she should have done that, and that's true. And those are good things to try to prepare for the next election. Try to learn from your mistakes. But in real time, as it was going on, I thought the Harris campaign was just rolling along, man, just steamrolling along. And then you looked at the other side and you saw Trump's campaign, and it was like off the rails, man. It was hideous. And yet the motherfucker still won. And why? Well, I put a lot of that on at the feet of like mainstream media. And the mainstream, whether it's print media or like the cable news or whatever, or even over there, just sane washing Trump and making the Democrats, holding them to this impossible double standard where every little thing Kamala Harris might do, or even Joe Biden before her, every little thing was just magnified and just couldn't do anything without getting criticized for it and just having it being run on a 24/7 loop. But meanwhile, Donald Trump could smear orange shit all over his face, and he could talk about batteries and sharks, and and just and have dwindling crowds, and he could fall asleep at the RNC, and that was fine. Not barely a peep from the mainstream media. But God forbid if Kamala Harris, I don't know, maybe misspoke one time or whatever, it would just be 24/7, every outlet, top of the news, just ridiculous. And then not ever giving the Biden administration their due for having the fastest economic turnaround in history, being the envy of the world economically, having great jobs numbers, GDP numbers great, all that stuff, unemployment low, and just acting like, no, but it's eggs are expensive. And not mentioning the fact that there was a bird flu, but avian flu or whatever, that killed a lot of chickens. Let's not bring that up. So that pisses me off. All that stuff pisses me off. Soulcraft says, me too. I follow TJ and Hal on Blue Sky, but I noticed Midas Touch as one that's pretty cool. Robert Perez, I'm going to start with a Trucker John. Colt $20 gets you in the choir. Michael Reich, WW killed my local grocery stores, family owned. Now we have Kroger and the other food deniers. WW, she didn't do anything. She was wishy-washy. Are you talking about Kamala Harris? Fuck you, W. Sehal says, the shitty part was Trudeau said, Canada would be something, Bly. And Trump said, no, we'll gerrymander it to 2 states, red and blue. Canada is not part of the United States. I have no idea what that means. Let's see. Hey, Owen's here. Good to see Owen. Thanks for being here. James Jaramillo, WW, I'm a snake, and you let me in again. The Soulcraft says, watch China eat us alive during this Trump term. And they've already started some things, right? All right, guys, so here we're coming up on top of the hour. Little pause, we are the world. Kimchi says, media billionaires paying to elect a billionaire who appoints billionaires to steal our money. America. We need to stand up against the billionaires, people. We need to stand up against them. There's more of us than there are of them. If we all stood together in unison and we didn't buy this MAGA crap, and we didn't buy this right-wing bullshit, we didn't buy this right-wing evangelical bullshit, we could stand up against them. We have the numbers. There's way more of us than there are of them. And whenever we do get even a modicum of coming together, when even just 20 or 30 or 40% of us kind of come together, it does kind of scare them. Just think if 70 or 80% of us got together, we're all on the same page. They would be shitting their pantses. They, the billionaires, the oligarchs, would be shitting their pantses. Those little pantses that they have, they'd be shitting them. That's why they do everything in their power. They put millions and millions and millions of dollars into disinformation. They've been doing it for decades. They've been shitting all over climate change for decades. The fossil fuel industry has been shitting all over climate change for decades. And millions and millions and millions of people buy that shit. They buy the argument. Because when you put that much money into a disinformation campaign, it usually works, at least on a lot of people. Because they've got, top-notch crews working on that, putting that shit out. And now with AI and, and all this stuff, it just gets harder and harder and harder. But we need to stand up against it. Let's stand up again. Hey, Dalla Da Vinci with a $10 super sticker. Thank you so much, Dalla Da Vinci. I appreciate you. Thanks for that, helping us keep the show going and growing. And maybe someday I'll have signs that are better, easier to read. But yeah, thank you so much for that. I do appreciate you. Okay, guys. So, hey, Aaron, do you have Hal's link to his channel? Maybe you could drop that in the chat. It's 4 p.m. right now, right here, right now. Or I could do it. I could probably look it up real quick. I don't see him on right now. So, but he should be going on real quick here. Um, but Aaron says, "How's not live yet?" Okay, so yeah, thanks, Aaron. So when he goes on, maybe we could put that link in there, and we could do a big old Trucker John convoy, basically. Just go into the chat and just say, "Hey, coming over from Trucker John" or something like that. I guess I don't know. That would be nice, and I'll go over there and see you in the chat over there. Raylan Jester says you need an air horn or a confetti cannon, like for every time someone does a super chat or something. That would be cool. Yeah, I don't know if my neighbors would appreciate that. I do live in an apartment building. I don't know if they would appreciate the air horn, but yeah, I should just get those little popper things that you pull out and it goes boop. I could do that. I should probably get a bag of those next time I'm in. The next time I'm in the store and I see those, I should get some of those. So Rebecca, there's a function where you can kick us all out. I don't have. There is that function, but I don't have the ability to do it with an iPad. I think I have to be like doing this from a laptop or a desktop computer, because I've seen that, and Jolie has pointed that out to me, and I can't do it from my device because I'm not using. I think you have to use. Well, I don't know. I'll look into it more, Slender Monkey. But yeah, I am aware of that, but I don't believe I can do it with my device. Mama Cat, it's a raid. Yeah, go raid over there when you guys go over there. Mad Max say Trucker John Convoy raid. There you go, Mad Mac. I like that. Trucker John Convoy raid. So if you guys go over there, maybe do that. That'd be nice. Steven Sayers is here. Hey, quite a crowd this evening. Yeah, it's nice to have a big crowd, and I hope we're all warmed up. You guys feeling loose? You guys feeling loose? Feeling good? Whoops! I just hit the mic stand. Hope you guys are ready to go, because when you go into a House Sparks show, it's good to be warmed up and stretched. You don't want to go in cold. You might pull a hammy. You don't want to pull a hammy. So I hope I got you guys adequately warmed up and ready to go in over there. Little pause. I guess Hal is washing his hair. Well, he's on the phone call. He's probably, how he does that Midwest goodbye. He's probably still trying to say goodbye or whatever to everybody on his call. But yeah, as soon as we do it, okay. There's Hal. Aaron's got the link for Hal, so I think he might be on now. Maybe. I don't know. I don't see him on yet, but. Oh yeah, okay. There's one watching over there. That might be Hal. I don't know. But if you guys want to go over there, and when you do, I don't know. It seems like my screen is just frozen up now. Now my screen froze up. Wow. Oh my gosh. Now my YouTube just kind of crashed on my iPad. Let me see if I can get back in there. Now he's got 235 watching. All right, guys. So Hal's on. He's got his little, his like music, whatever, going there. Yeah, Hal's live. All right, guys. So thanks so much. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the new people. Thanks for the super chats and everything. Now that I went off the page, I don't have the ability to go to that. It's a weird thing. But thank you guys so much for all the people coming in and chat and contributing, and everyone who came in and said hi and engaged in a good conversation. You guys are really great. I appreciate you being here. So yeah, there's the link if you want to go there. Like Mad Max said, just say Trucker John Convoy Raid, something like that. That would be awesome. Bobby Hanson late. That's okay. We're jumping over to Hal, Bobby. I'll see you over at Hal's. John Doe, all right, John, take care. Says the Soul Crab. Take care, TJ. See you next time. Hopefully, I'll see you guys on Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. House Sparks after show hangout, and I might be on tomorrow. So if you guys hit that notification bell, or just be on the lookout. If you subscribe to the show, hopefully you'll get notified. I might go on tomorrow sometime, just to fill the void, I guess. So all right, guys, that's it for today, and I'm gonna leave you with these words of wisdom, like I always do. You know, I do. I like to impart a little wisdom. So just remember, this one's a goal. This one's a good one. Just you might want to write this down. Just remember that as you go through life.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid, but doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. show is over, but could I ask maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant. But I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should've stopped a truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back.